Hi, everybody. I think I can still say good morning. So I just wanted to talk a little bit today about how I am in the midst of redesigning my Philosophy 120 course, which is our critical reasoning course. And some of the reasons why I wanted to redesign this course is because I find that students may or may not use AI, but they really don't, many of them don't understand how the technology works and what its limitations are. And I wanted them to also think about the impact of AI on society and how we might use it morally. But really the driving, the impetus for me to want to redesign the course is because I found that students often think that AI is more intelligent than they are, and they express a bit of futility about their ability to make a contribution to the world, right? So they think that what's the point when AI can do this so much better than I can do it, right? So in redesigning, I wanted to make sure that students would be applying critical thinking skills that they learn in the class to artificial intelligence, and to become familiar with how AI can be used, both is used now, but can be used in the future, to become more adept with actually using the technology that we have available on campus, to use that ethically, and hopes to maybe set them off in their career path. So some people's careers obviously are going to be using AI more than others. I also wanted them primarily to understand how complex human thinking is. And I tell them, for example, I had students scoff at me when I told them that my dog is more intelligent than ChatGPT. And they don't believe that, but I'm hoping by the end of the course they do believe that, right? So I want them to think about and to begin to understand just how complex thinking is and how complex human intelligence is. So some of the strategies I have used to try to redesign the course is to add some basic information on AI in the course materials. So that includes, for example, a very beginner article, How Does AI Work, on howstuffworks.com, right? But we also learn about algorithms, algorithmic bias, etc., those kinds of basic things in AI. And then they will use their critical thinking skills that they're learning in the class to analyze articles, and many of those articles will be on artificial intelligence. I've also had the IT staff come to my classes and instruct students on what we have available for them. Thank you, Hugo, for example. And build assignments that require students to use AI. This I need to do more of, but one of the assignments they do is to create a set of questions as if they're going to interview somebody in their field. Then they have to actually pose those questions to an AI, asking it to answer as if it's somebody in their field. So one of the most important things for critical thinking is learning to ask good questions. And so using ChatGPT, for example, to hone your questions is a good way to start to understand the importance of those questions and to get at better and better questions as we go on. So also they have a final research presentation that they do on AI. There's a variety of topics that they can choose, and they do group presentations, so it's always fun at the end of the semester, instead of sitting there grading exams, to actually watch their presentations. So I just wanted to share some of the data from a quick survey that I did at the end of the class last semester. And I asked students, did your skills with AI improve as a result of this course? So 88% of them said yes. And they said things like, it made me more aware of how it impacts critical thinking. I learned how to write better prompts. So that goes back to those questions. They also mentioned checking for bias and not taking just at face value whatever Claude or ChatGPT tells them. And I learned how to use AI more effectively for researching, organizing ideas, and improving my writing. So students did learn something about AI, or at least many of them did. So just in case anybody's worrying then that they will just take ChatGPT and run with it, I also asked students if they were worried that AI would have a negative impact on society. And 91% of them said yes. But I thought it might be interesting to look at what some of their responses are. Some students said that I think the positive impacts will outweigh the negatives. We did talk about things like the use of AI in medical diagnosis, for example. I believe with the right guidance and control, it can benefit society. But also, students said, I'm worried that AI will have a negative impact, such as lack of creativity, critical thinking, and traditional learning processes. Someone said AI is already taking jobs. Ecological impact of AI was also of concern. And things like, yes, especially seeing how they are using AI for surveillance in China. I don't want it, sorry, there's a typo there. I don't want it in the wrong hands. And AI is extremely dangerous if used as a weapon. So basically, I just wanted to get students to start thinking about AI and its potential, and you can see that there's really a broad range of responses to that. And, you know, I am in the second semester of trying to redo this course, so that's about all I have so far. Thank you.